No.
Okay, start
Go
over.
ahead.
Cut.
I started to tell them when you called me to say goodnight at that awful place.
Yeah.
And so tell them what happened then.
Oh yeah, you were telling us upstairs.
Yeah, then
You were telling
she
us.
just the tone of her voice was such that I detected I got an inkling of what she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it so happened, to make a long story short, that my best friend, Don Cordione, had been taken from Swedish and put into the same place out in Richmond Beach. And I recognized it by her tone of her voice and her description of it. And
so
I said, you got to get out of there now, because they don't believe in cleaning anybody. They don't like to clean people. It's a privatized place. They don't want to do more than they have to do.
Well, that's what she told
And I said, in your
I
condition, you're going to die there if you stay there. And so I called my friend from Radcliffe, Iowa, who I went to college with,
Get that right.
right away,
Uh-huh.
and said, John, I said, are there any openings at Columbia, what's this place called? Lutheran Home.
Whatever. Uh-huh.
And he said, what do you need? I said, well, I have this good friend who needs a place now. I mean, like now. And so he gave me the numbers, and I called the lady, and anyway, we had you what,
I
within...
was here by noon the next day.
Oh, wow.
Great. Great feeling.
But I wouldn't have known that unless I'd had this unfortunate thing. Don never did recover from that.
Really? Because they kept it so cold?
No, they weren't...
They
he
just
got
didn't
staph
care.
infection.
Definitely.
They would never
Then
clean.
you're-
They
then
would never.
that's it.
They would never clean him. You know, and
But the reason you knew this guy is because they sang together in Iowa.
the fellow from Radcliffe, he was at Waldorf up in Forest City, and he used to go out on evangelical seances, whatever, for my mother before my time. I mean, before I was up to bat. So we have, and our fathers were both bankers,
Oh, wow.
and then his uncles were. I just learned through another happenstance acquaintance at a Land Rover Jaguar dealership, who's also from Makestad. He's from, maybe heard that.
Marcus
Yeah, you maybe heard that name.
I don't
He's from Radcliffe.
Oh, red.
So his uncle and aunt were good friends of my parents and went to Bible things together. But anyway, it's a small world when you grow up in the corn stalk.
Yeah. So I was really, really grateful to end up here. And my kids were really grateful that he just jumped in and did it. He didn't hesitate. He didn't ask anybody, he just did it.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
Right.
And you just
My
got to do it.
dad was like that. He just did it. Now, when I try to do that, you get really mad. Takeover lady. That's what they think. But a guy can do it. So,
Right.
that's great. Brenda,
Well,
I have to go.
yeah, we're really glad you stopped by. Have a beautiful drive up.
You will. And I'll be in touch.
Yeah,
And I want to come see you in your house.
right, okay.
Okay. I mean it.
Yeah.